again for Brooklyn. Lance Thomas out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chiozza in at the point guard.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. And that one, good. Richardson's got the first points of the night for the 76ers.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Here's Chiozza. Pass to LeVert. Shoots the three. That one's rebounded by Embiid. And the call against Lance Thomas. That's his first foul.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Embiid finds Harris. Here's Milton. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. 6 to shoot. Richardson outside. Got it. Good job in the low post. Richardson's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Chiozza. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pistons. Pass to LeVert. Fires the three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnover.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
Now here is Harris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Embiid gets it to go.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Nets trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and, boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
On the wing, Harris. Passes it to LeVert. The Nets working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas passes to LeVert. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
The 76ers leading by 6. Here's Milton taking Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Harris looking it over. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And there's the pass to Horford over Thomas.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first four.
Here's Harris. It's hauled in by Harris.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Hilton the pass to Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Here's Chiozza. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Harris. 5 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Chiozza, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Pass to Embiid. Richardson outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And here's Chiozza. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 8-point game. Harris kicks to LeVert. Pass to Chiozza. Three-pointer. Rebound by the 76ers. Inside, here's Richardson. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Now, here's LeVert. He's coming off a 22-point game against Golden State.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Harris makes opponents pay in the pick and roll, guys, because he's an effective passer with tight handles.
Richardson against Thomas. Richardson, good. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the 76ers making a change here.
And here's a look at some stats for Temple. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Johnson can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Nets trail by 10. Here's Temple. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Johnson from outside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Shot from 12. Tries again. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Here's Thibault. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Johnson against Harris. Allen outside. Back to Johnson. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Thibault. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Johnson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Passes it to Luau. Now the pass to Temple. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Jared Allen. 3rd in field goal percentage, 14th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. From 11 feet away, doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Temple. Pass to Johnson. Lets it fly. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Now here's Johnson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Luau, the pass to Johnson. Over to the left wing. They could use a bucket. That one a little long. Philadelphia leading by 12. There's 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Thibault. On the wing, Harris. Another shot. The rebound by Luau.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here is Johnson. Three-pointer. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Philadelphia ahead, up by 12. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Karuch, Crawford out there with Johnson. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot. Here's Burks. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Allen's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Nets.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Now, here is Robinson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line. Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Here's Johnson. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Karuch passes to Crawford. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Johnson. Yes, that goes in.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Luwawu's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Embiid, the pass to Thibault. Over Crawford. The rebound by the Nets. Allen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Scott against Johnson. Pass to Luwawu. Just 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Chioza standing the floor. Pass to LeVert. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Burks can't get it to go. Nets trail by 14. Here's Chioza. And the pass to Allen. Basket counts. Allen's got 6.
Well, I like seeing Allen get this kind of position because you give him the rock there and he can take care of the rest.
Pass to Burks. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
A moment here to see the numbers for Al Horford. Getting around 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
First one falls for.
You know, for a team like the Nets, building without top draft picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. To get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark, out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
Philadelphia leading by 13. Pass to Horford. Here's Milton. Six on the shot clock. Shoots off the step back. He squares up and sinks it. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with the solid screen.
Passes it to LeVert. Lets it go from deep. It's good from long range. LeVert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, these are exactly the shots, guys, the coaching staff wants LeVert to take because they know it gets him going.
The pass to Richardson. Here's Korkmaz. LeVert defending. Here's Milton. LeVert grabs the miss. Harris looking it over. Outside for Thomas. Now here's LeVert. T right on him. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
That free throw, no good.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Harris is checked in for the 76ers. Good on the second free throw.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
And a dunk by Horford.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Temple is checked in for Brooklyn. Now let's take a look now at some of the most explosive players in the NBA lately. The highest scoring small forwards of the past month. Fourth, Tobias Harris.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players on that list always come through in the scoring department. These guys pack a lot of firepower.
Philadelphia leading by 13. Here's Milton. Pass to Richardson. Unloads from 13. Again, Philadelphia.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Chioza passes to Harris. Allen left side. Outside Thomas. Pass to Chioza. From deep. Korkmaz grabs the miss.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
Now here is Harris. Passes to Temple. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Allen outside. Harris drives in. Got a hand on it. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Milton, and it's in off the backboard. And the 76ers lead by 17. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Philadelphia leading by 15. 1:49 left in the first half of basketball. Harris, good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Here's Temple. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Chioza passes to Temple. Outside Thomas. And here's Harris from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Here's Milton. The pass to Korkmaz. Richardson outside. Releases. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Neto. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. Pass to Horford. Fires from deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Crawford left side. The 11-footer. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 5th rebound in this one. Richardson, no luck. Here's Temple. And here's Harris from the arc. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And the first half is now in the books. 76ers lead by 14. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. From the get-go, it was Philadelphia who came out strong. They put together the kind of powerful run that every team would love to have, 10-2 off the tip. At the end of one, they were still firmly in control, up by 12. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
We're seeing the continued development of Josh Richardson. The strength has caught up to the athleticism. He's a big guard who can really shoot the ball.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They were brick city and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's five. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Richardson and Harris filling out the wing. And it's Milton in at the point. And here's Chioza. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 14.
You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. And some real adversity for Joel Embiid after leaving Kansas. Foot injuries costing him the first 2 years Clark of his career. And then, back in Cameroon, the tragic passing of his beloved brother.
Yeah, that's a hard road to hoe, and adversity oftentimes, while painful, can steal us for the promised land or positive outcomes. And, you know, Embiid really driven by his goal to inspire others in Africa to make a better life, and that drove him to be where he is now.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Now here's LeVert. He has 7.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Richardson. He's putting up about 14 points tonight, 3 assists and 3 rebounds.
The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, Karis LeVert had a few surgeries before entering the NBA, but took kind of a unique step in writing an open letter to NBA GMs telling them physically he'd be ready for the league. And you know what? He was right.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. The 76ers leading by 14. Hilton the pass to Embiid. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Here's Milton, down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Tries a three off the inbound.
I really think this is the strongest part of Allen's game, guys. I mean, his instincts on the defensive end are already platinum level.
Ball's knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And it's going to be home game after home game after home game for this group. So they got a great chance to string together a number of wins given how strong they've been playing.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Richardson finds Embiid. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Allen.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Chioza passes to Harris. The putback, it's good on the putback. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Boy, completely inexcusable and unacceptable when you don't box out Allen. This guy is a monster as an offensive rebound.
Hilton the pass to Embiid. Excellent D there from Allen. Nets trail by 14. To the inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Allen's got 12 points in the game.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Hilton the pass to Embiid. Poked loose. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. LeVert with it. He's got 9. Pass to Thomas. Over Richardson. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Chalk up 2 there. 6 points for him.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Excellent focus in finding a way to score that time by Harris.
Allen surveying the D. LeVert kicks to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Back to LeVert. The 3-ball nailed from 3-point land.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Take a look now at LeVert's numbers. He's been dominant over the last month. 10th in steals and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Here's Thibault. Passes it to Burks. Over Johnson. Offensive rebound. Embiid. No good with the layup. Nets trail by 11. There's the pass to Harris. At the elbow, it's Allen. LeVert in the corner. Shot from the wing, and that one goes long.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
To the middle. Here's Scott. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Scott's got his first bucket in this one.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Now Johnson. No points in the game yet for him. Caruch passes to Harris. Here's Allen, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Allen's got 14 points.
And, you know, games like this really boost Allen's confidence. I mean, and that feeds on itself. He'll become more aggressive moving forward as a result.
Here's Thibault. Back to Embiid. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Allen.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Low block shot. That one falls. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
Embiid really good at shooting in rhythm off the catch. Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Here's Thibault. Jared Allen making his last shot. Shoots over LeVert. Second chance shot, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
First free throw is good. Clark, when you think of athleticism specific, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Now here's Crawford. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Johnson. Tries from 10. Again, the Nets for 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Embiid against Allen. That shot off the mark. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Down low. Here's Luwawu. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Embiid, the pass to Thibault. Stolen by Allen. Pass to Johnson. Here's Temple. Now here's Crawford. Lock at 6. No good from 18. Philadelphia leading by 7 to the left wing. 1:21 left to play here in the third. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Johnson's shot is off.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
Now here's Johnson. Good D by Embiid.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Johnson after the Sixers pick up 2. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid. Brooklyn shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
And the first one drops. The Nets making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Horford comes in for Embiid, and Harris subbed in for Korkmaz. And both free throws good for Johnson.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Out to the right wing. Here's Thibault. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so Crawford will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 13-point game. They've got Thomas. Tyler Johnson is out there with Crawford. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Luwawu in at the power forwards position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Johnson kicks to Crawford, fires the 3, gets the three-pointer to fall.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Passes it to Thibault. And the basket is good. And the 76ers lead by 14.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Thomas dishes to Temple. three-point range. Some solid defense from Harris. The 76ers leading by 14. Robinson passes to Thibault. And here is Harris. Fades. The rebound by Luwawu.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And Philadelphia calls time here. The Nets making a switch here. Chioza's checked in. And the 76ers making a change here. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
Thanks so much, David. Offensive rebound. And Embiid throws it down.
Boy, that long reach of Embiid's paying dividends there, guys. An absolute machine on the offensive glass.
Chioza passes to Johnson. Looking to get it going. Thomas trying to break loose. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Johnson. Here's Milton. The pass to Richardson. Pass to Horford. And he makes good on the layup. And the 76ers lead by 14.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Here's Chioza. The teardrop falls in. Chioza's got his first 2 points of the night.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Harris outside. Horford against Thomas, and the shot goes in. And that's now 10 points for Horford.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Here's Chioza. Johnson outside. Here's the teardrop. Here's the break. Milton's shot is good.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Brooklyn making some changes. Caruge has checked in for Luwawu. Harris comes in for Garrett Temple. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Harris passes to Chioza. Pass to LeVert. Takes the three. Cranes the three-pointer.
You know, I think this is big for LeVert's confidence because the more he connects from distance, I think the more dangerous he'll become as a shooter and offensive player.
Passes it to Harris. Five on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Milton offline with his three. Nets trail by 14. Harris, right side. There's the pass to LeVert. Thomas trying to break loose, and it's LeVert missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Milton. He dishes it to Harris. Pass to Richardson. Back to Harris. Not going to go that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. And the 76ers lead by 16. Here's Chioza. Pass to Caruge. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. Allen's checked in for Rodion's Caruge. Here's Allen. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. Over Horford. And the Nets miss again. The 76ers leading by 16. Here's Milton. Pass to Harris. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Boy, that's a nice touch from Harris right there, showing you exactly how under control he is close to the basket.
Here's Chioza. It's Allen on the wing. It's LeVert on the wing. Richardson cover. Harris inside the line. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Milton the pass to Harris. Richardson outside. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets trail by 16. And it's LeVert missing. 76ers have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the 4th, sinking the majority of their shots. Here's Milton. Here's Richardson. Lays it up off the glass.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
LeVert kicks to Harris. Back to LeVert. Over Horford. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 10 points here in the second half.
Hey, you know, the mid-range J continuing to look better over time for LeVert, showing real improvement in knocking that shot down.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Philadelphia.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight. And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Joel Embiid.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards and came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
Here's Milton. Dishes to Harris. Richardson outside. Richardson missing again. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To the paint. Here's LeVert. That's tipped. And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. Hilton the pass to Embiid. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Gusto ko nila ba? Hindi sinabi ni Mama? Hindi na. Stop na, stop. Stop ko.